The role of corporate culture and ethical decision-making. Corporate culture has been associated with a company's success or failure. Some cultures are also strong that to outsiders they come to represent the character of the entire organization. For example, Levi Strauss, Ben and Jerry's homemade ice cream, and Hershey Foods are widely perceived as casual organizations with strong ethical cultures, whereas Lockheed Martin, Procter and Gamble, and Texas Instruments are seen as having more formal ethical cultures. The culture of an organization may be explicitly articulated or left unspoken. U.S. Bank's principle for integrity, being a role model for ethical behavior, promoting our culture of integrity, fostering open communication, recognizing behavior that exemplifies our ethical principles and values, responding to misconduct and reporting violations. Corporate culture is often expressed informally through statements, both direct and indirect, that communicate the wishes of management. In some companies, shared values are expressed by instituting informal dress codes, working late, and participating in extracurricular activities. Corporate culture can be expressed through gestures, looks, labels, promotions, programs, and legends or the lack thereof. Ethical frameworks and evaluation of corporate culture. Corporate culture has been conceptualized in many ways. For example, N.K. Setia and Mary Ann von Glino proposed two basic dimensions to describe an organization's culture. First, concern for people, the organization's effort to care for its employees' well-being, and second, for concern for performance, the organization's effort to focus on output and employee productivity. An apathetic culture shows minimal concern for either people or performance. In this culture, individuals focus on their own self-interest. Apathetic tendencies can occur in almost any organization. A caring culture exhibits high concern for people but minimal concern for performance issues. From an ethical standpoint, the caring culture seems appealing. However, company example of the four organizational first cultures Ben and Jerry's. A caring culture, Ben and Jerry embraces community causes, treats it like employees fairly, and expend numerous resources to enhance the well-being of its customers. Second, countrywide financial. An apathetic culture countrywide seem to show little concern for employees and customers. The company's culture appeared to encourage unethical conduct in exchange for profits. Third, Starbucks. An integrative culture, Starbucks always looks for ways to expand and improve performance. It also exhibits a high concern for people care through community causes, sustainability, and employee health care. Fourth, United Parcel Systems. An exacting culture, employees are held to high standards to ensure maximum performance, learning consistency of delivery and efficiency. An integrative culture combines a high concern for people and performance. An organization becomes integrative when superiors recognize employees are more than interchangeable parts. Employees have an ineffable quality that helps the firm meet its performance criteria. A cultural audit is an assessment of an organization's values. The audit is usually conducted by outside consultants but may be performed internally as well. Communication about ethical expectation and support from top management help to identify a corporate culture that encourages ethical conduct or leads to ethical conflict. Ethics as a component of corporate culture, as indicated in the framework presented in Chapter 5. Ethical culture, the ethical component of corporate culture, is a significant factor in ethical decision-making. If a firm culture encourages or rewards unethical behavior, the employees may act unethically. If the culture dictates hiring people with specific, similar values, and if those values are perceived as unethical by society, society will view the organization and its members as unethical. Such a pattern often occurs in certain areas of marketing. Salespeople sometimes use aggressive selling tactics to get customers to buy things based on emotional response to appeals. Compliance versus values-based ethical cultures. The traditional ethics-based culture focused on compliance. The accounting professional model of rules created compliance culture organized around risk. Compliance-based culture used a legalistic approach to ethics. They use law and regulatory rules to create codes and requirements. Codes of conduct are established with compliance as their focus, with rules and policies enforced by management. A values-based ethics culture approach to ethical corporate cultures relies upon an explicit mission statement that defines the core values of the firm and how customers and employees should be treated. Differential association. Differential association is the idea that people learn ethical or unethical behavior while interacting with others who are part of the rule sets or belong to other intimate personal groups. The learning process is more likely to result in unethical behavior if the individual associates primarily with persons who behave unethically. Whistleblowing means exposing an employer's wrongdoing to outsiders such as the media or government regulatory agencies. The term whistleblowing is sometimes used to refer to internal reporting of misconduct to management, especially through anonymous reporting mechanisms, often called hotlines. Legal protection for whistleblowers exists to encourage reporting of misconduct. Whistleblower laws have provision against retaliation and are enforced by a number of government agencies.